welcome back to One for All. In this episode, we're going to be starting to work on our first group milestone, which is to reach, kill, and farm the God Wars dungeon bosses for their tier 70 power armors. To get there, we've each got our own gearing goals, so let's dive into those, starting with circuitries. My plan is to double up on the invention requirement of 80 smithing by going for Bainite weaponry, with a requirement of 80 attack that we'll also need to get along the way. Bainite plus 4 is tier 79 gear, and it also has a dual wield offering which is preferable for bossing over a two-hander. I'm also going to be making the chromium armor along the way, so I'll need 70 defense to wear that. It's tier 74 tank armor, which will serve us well until we get our Bandos gear. And of course, the 70 strength requirement to enter Bandos' stronghold, as well as unlock all the useful abilities from the strength book. The final prerequisite for me is that I want to get 60 prayer and the Night's Wave training ground complete to use chivalry. It's not quite piety, but it's not far off for significantly less XP required. Next up is Major Tom, who's got a bit more of a quest focus to their gearing. First up is Vanquish, the current de facto early game magic weapon, along with the Gothic staff for its special attack. Magic does eventually prefer dual wield, but that's after unlocking the greater concentrated blast ability, so Vanquish will work fine for now. As for armor, the Lunar armor set is a freebie from the Lunar Diplomacy quest, which Dark wants to complete alongside Desert Treasure to unlock all of his spellbooks. It's tier 60 power gear, so not amazing defensively, but very good for using at Krill. And stat-wise, around 70 defense and at least 80 magic, though he's expecting to get higher than that from Slayer due to the shorter gearing process. And last but not least is Ranger Rich II, who unfortunately draws a short straw with early gearing. Magic has a nice stepping stone with the Gothic staff, and the mining and smithing rework makes melee gearing simple, but range suffers from both fletching and crafting having obscene level requirements for the gear they make. Weapon-wise, the options are a crystal bow or black salamander at 70, then a royal crossbow at 80, which will require at least Rich to get 60 summoning to brandish the bow. Vanquish is also an option, but with the RCB being so accessible, it doesn't make sense to chase it. As for armor, there's not as many straightforward options. Due to the 93 crafting requirement to make Royal Dragonhide a mere tier 65 tank armor, we'll be looking to the DKs for superior spined armor. It's tier 65 power armor that does degrade, but by the time it's degraded, Rich should have his Armadillo set ready to go. If we can, getting either Dark or Rich 70 prayer for Augury and Rigor respectively would be a huge benefit to us, but otherwise it's on to the shared requirements, those being 60 strength or agility for the Rock, which is boostable, so 52 strength with a super strength solves that, then we should be able to use the War Portal to return when we get at least one kill. And the only thing left is the requirements for the boss areas themselves. Krill is a nice easy one of 70 constitution, will have that. But Kree and Grador have 70 ranged and strength respectively. Ranged also happens to be a prif requirement, so it's likely Dark will be able to help Rich with the Kree grind, but strength isn't as crucial to our early progression, so I'll likely be tackling Grador solo. Well, that's a lot to be getting on with, so let's dig in. One of our first goals, especially me as the meleeer, is to get 43 prayer for all the protection prayers. Without the ability to safe spot, this is going to be essentially mandatory for some of the early questing. In order to do that, it's no surprise that we're utilizing wildy events, because they give a bunch of Inferno Ashes and Wyvern Bones, and you can just take these to the Chaos Altar in the wildy and get a bunch of XP for them.
Are you addicted already? No? Trades me like 2 hours of fishing and cooking.
Right-click me and look at my level.
Oh mate, what have you done? Why are you 40 magic?
I went and trained on some hill giants.
Can I actually do Witch's House with only 1500 health?
Yes.
Really? Is it that easy in RS3?
And you could do it with 10 health in old school.
Yeah, but you can save spot in old school.
2 player on farms.
Do you have a construction level?
I don't need it for beehives. Do you? I thought beehives were already made. Yep, I'm putting wood leaves in a beehive right now with 1 construction.
So we're not going to do the quest complete screen of every single quest in the game, because ultimately there's hundreds of them, and there's 3 of us, and no one wants to sit around watching for all of those. However, quests like the Jack of Spades that unlock a huge area of the game, we are going to cover. So me and Dark both got Jack of Spades done because we want to get the Menaphos rep rolling. And the other reason for getting Menaphos unlocked is that Dark got the level for Menaphos fishing, which is going to be one of our best food sources for the early and mid game.
Okay. Finally done embarrassing myself with the quiz. There we go. That's 9 Slayer and 9 Hunter. I might not be able to kill the 4th experiment.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm dead. Yeah, I can't kill the experiment yet. He's hitting higher than each piece of food heals me. You finally defeat the shapeshifter. Wow, rude. I was trying, okay? Can I just get tallied out or do I lose the ball?
You lose the ball. Told you could do it.
There we go. Witch's house done. Doubled my health. I should probably actually train up a bit.
9%. I don't think I've ever seen that low before. Simply kill him.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Nope. No bouncer for me. I wasn't expecting 9% with tier 30 gear. Yeah, I have. Okay, he has no health. What? This has to. Is this like the pre-EOC health? Well, that's that quest done. That is 37 attack. Okay, Minotaurs don't hit nothing, but I am in literal 1 defense gear, so. Yeah, I'm 100% accurate on Minotaurs, and they're giving 133 XP. So I'm assuming 100 attack XP a kill. Wasn't taking us too long to get up to 40 attack at all here. And then, yeah, we go to Gunner's Ground, we get our first dice, and then we'll have the money to buy Addy Swords and a Rune Halberd when we get to that amount of quest points. Anyway, I'll put on the attack rating prayer. Chug some potions. And I have a whole 13% accuracy. Oh no. This has not gone to plan. No, that slaughter keeps splashing. Oh, we're dead. It is dead. Dear God, that is 13% accuracy with Addy weapons. That is mean. There we go. 42 attack. A cache isn't gonna make you. No, if anything, a cache will make you take longer, right? I mean, you can train divination the right way if you want to. I'm not here to enforce that kind of rule on you. For the first one of the day. What do we get? 17 divination. And a piece of the diviner's robe. Yay. I like how Igflaren's Little Helper has a canonical explanation for why everyone's doing it.
Right.
Because at the end, how it says that even though you've restored everything to its rightful place, she's just going to get someone else to do it again.
We also did one of the wilderness trees as well last night. Dark and I did a...
Yeah, that's how I figured out how long you stayed up.
Yeah. Stayed up quite a bit.
He was like, yeah, we even did a tree, and I was just sitting like, hang on a second.
Yeah.
We did Star right before I went to bed. So.
Stayed up later than we probably should have. But that's okay. We were having fun. These accounts are...
I just realized how bad an example this quest sets. You cheat at an exam, invent dynamite, and cause a giant explosion in an underground cavern near some ancient relics. Dig site done, 36 mining, 19 herb lore, and the Codex Ultimatus, which requires 75 attack for us. It might seem like I'm doing a lot of quests early on, but really, this is just what early mining training looks like. And on the note of early training, here's our early Slayer training. We're going to be just squashing scarabs a bit, because honestly, the low-level Slayer is super slow. And it's the same deal for defense. We did the Holy Grail in order to get up to 31 defense and a bunch of prayer XP. And next thing is the fort. This has completely changed early construction, because by working through this questline, you can easily get up to, say, 54 construction just by building tier 1 buildings, and it's a lot quicker than it used to be. And thanks to wildy events, as well as some of the quests we've been doing, we got up to 37 prayer, which gives us protect from magic. As mentioned before, as the meleeer, we don't get to safe spot a whole lot of things until we get access to the Champions Guild and a Rune Halberd, so having the protection prayers early is going to be super helpful for us. A quick tip to Ironman: you can actually get into Keldagrim before starting the Giant Dwarf, just by taking the boat ride that would start the quest. This means you can get here and pick up the limestone bricks in order to build out your fort in 1 day instead of having to take the 2 days if you were buying the limestone just from Bill. And just to hammer home just how busted wildy events are, there's 40 prayer and protect from ranged. We are 3 levels away from all of our protection prayers now. So with myself working on mining and smithing, Dark working on fishing and cooking, Rich has been working on woodcutting and fletching, which also happens to be one of the requirements he needs for animal magnetism.
That's animal magnetism complete. How the accumulator ammunition picks up a passive effect. Very nice. All right. Hey, that's 20 Slayer coming in too. For RS3 complete. Let's go.
It's no secret that I love a good AFK, and we're going to be kicking that off by doing runecrafting in the rune span. We want to get up to 50 runecrafting so we can start making Viswax, and to be honest, it probably won't hurt to go a bit past that so we can help Dark make his blood runes, soul runes, whatever he's going to need, because let's be honest, the shops aren't going to supply him enough once we get into the more grindy stages of PvM. Yep, that's going to be 43 prayer on the melee locked account, which gives us access to all of our protection prayers. This is going to make questing so much easier for us.
Okay, with 54 rune crafting done in the rune span, we can now craft lore runes, which means when we go and do group dungeoneering, I can actually make lore runes so that our mage can use the group gatestone tele spell. But also, we get access to the rune crafting guild and the rune Goldberg machine. So I'm going to need to go buy just a bit over 1,000 of each elemental rune, and hopefully bind rune and body rune as well. And then we're going to try and get at least 75 Viswax from this. And here is the payoff. There we go. 84 Viswax using only elemental runes today. 50k worth of runes or something close to that. But the Viswax is 100% worth it. So with Sea Slug done, we're up to 24 fishing, which now means we can do fly fishing. So we'll go start working on that. On the fishing front, Dark was way ahead of me and already working on Menaphos fishing. The reason I started training fishing is that I just didn't see it fair for only one person to try and supply the entire group with fish. And welcome guests complete, and Raptor can now be a Slayer Master, who I think is probably going to be our best option for being a Slayer Master for a while. Just because we want to get those special assignments. So let's see what tasks we get from Raptor. I'm just going to start working on 50 attack at this point. 144 lesser demons. I may have made a mistake. That's gonna be hard. Okay, I'm just gonna find something reasonable level to kill. And then
I was struggling with my flesh crawlers yesterday. I don't know about the lesser demons.
I may have made a mistake. Let's put it that way. If I had brought better food, I wouldn't be concerned about this, but I may have run out of salmon. So I'm using trout.
Oh, okay.
Champions Guild sells a rune halberd. Yeah, that's the plan. I just need to get 50 attack. I originally thought this gave only attack XP. I didn't realize it had been changed to a combat lamp. So instead of getting attack XP from this, I'm going to complete it and just hold on to the lamp until I can use it on magic, because getting above 30 magic actually opens up a bunch of quests for me. Am I gonna get lucky with the Draconia Rock? This is always in the last one I search knowing, so maybe this time I get lucky? Or maybe my trend continues. It was in the last one. Wow. Luck ring and food. So I guess just give me a mill back.
I just put my money in the bank, so I'm just gonna give you whatever it helps for.
Fair enough. Thank you. There we go. Big money. Let's go buy our rune halberd.
After testing out a bunch of mobs, a lot in the Stronghold of Security, we ended up settling on Hill Giants as our method of training attack. With this, we got all the way up to 50 attack and can now equip rune weapons, which is where we're going to be calling it for this episode. A bit of a shorter episode than usual, and that's for 2 reasons. The first is that I'm testing out some fixes to some issues I've been having with Resolve, so hopefully those have been fixed. And the second reason is that I'm trying to increase the density of progress early on. There's a lot of stuff that we're doing that's just normal for new accounts, and I'm trying to skip through some of that because we've already covered it in building a main, and I really just want to get to the fun stuff on YouTube as quickly as we can. So please let me know your thoughts about that down below. And as usual, if you got to this part of the video, I'm going to assume you liked it. If so, you know what to do, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll catch you again next time as we continue our progress towards the God Wars dungeon.